Today is September 14th. Welcome to Big Book Daily. My name is Rob. I am an alcoholic. It's a thrill, honor, and joy to be here with you today as we journey through the Big Book of Alcoholics Anonymous and the 12 Steps and 12 Traditions. Today, out of the Big Book, we're going to be reading more out of Chapter 5, How It Works, page 63. Out of the 12 and 12, we're going to continue our journey through Step 10 by reading page 89, and we'll read today's daily reflection in 24 hours a day. So with that, hope you all are doing well today, my friends. We've been given a brand new set of 24 hours once again, and that is always a good thing. So let's go ahead and get to the good stuff. Alright, my friends, so if you recall from yesterday's reading, we were on Step 3, and a pretty powerful paragraph we just left off with, talking about making God our new employer. It says, being all-powerful, he provided what we needed if we kept close to him and performed his work well. Established on such a footing, we became less and less interested in ourselves, our little plans and designs, and more we became interested in seeing what we could contribute to life. So with that, we're at Step 3, page 63. We were now at Step 3. Many of us said to our Maker, as we understood him, God, I offer myself to thee, to build with me and do with me as thou wilt. Relieve me of the bondage of self, that I may better do thy will. Take away my difficulties, that victory over them may bear witness to those I would help of thy power, thy love, and thy way of life. May I do thy will always. We thought well before taking this step, making sure that we're ready, that we could at last abandon ourselves utterly to him. We found it very desirable to take the spiritual step with an understanding person, such as our wife, best friend, or spiritual advisor. But it is better to meet God alone than with one who might misunderstand. The wording was, of course, quite optional so long as we expressed the idea, voicing it without reservation. This was only a beginning, though if honestly and humbly made, an effect, sometimes the very great one, was felt at once. Out of the 12 and 12, we're on Step 10. Continue to take personal inventory, and when we were wrong, promptly admitted it. Although all inventories are alike in principle, the time factor does distinguish one from another. There's the spot check inventory, taken at any time of the day, whenever we find ourselves getting tangled up. There's the one we take at the day's end, when we review the happenings of the hours just past. Here we cast up a balance sheet, crediting ourselves with things well done and chalking up debits where due. Then there are those occasions when alone, or in the company of our sponsor or spiritual advisor, we make a careful review of our progress since the last time. Many AAs go in for annual or semi-annual house cleanings. Many of us also like the experience of an occasional retreat from the outside world, where we can quiet down for an undisturbed day or so of self-overhaul and meditation. Aren't these practices killjoys as well as time consumers? Must AAs spend most of their waking hours drearily rehashing their sins of omission or commission? Well, hardly. The emphasis on inventory is heavy only because a great many of us have never really acquired the habit of accurate self-appraisal. Once this healthy practice has become grooved, it will be so interesting and profitable that the time it takes won't be missed. For these minutes and sometimes hours spent in self-examination are bound to make all the other hours of the day better and happier. And at length, our inventories become a regular part of everyday living, rather than something unusual or set apart. Daily Reflection, September 14th. Peace of mind. Do we lay the matter before our sponsor or spiritual advisor, earnestly asking God's help and guidance, meanwhile resolving to do the right thing when it becomes clear, cost what it may? 12 Steps and 12 Traditions, pages 86 and 87. My belief in a higher power is an essential part of my work on step 9. Forgiveness, timing, and right motives are the other ingredients. My willingness to do the step is a growing experience that opens the door for new and honest relationships with the people that I've harmed. My responsible action brings me closer to the spiritual principles of the program: love and service, peace of mind, serenity, and a stronger faith are sure to follow. "24 hours a day, September 14th. AA thought for the day. How does AA grow? Some of us sell AA as we go about. Little clusters of 2s and 3s and 5s keep springing up in different communities through the contact with larger centers. Those of us who travel drop in at other groups as often as we can. This practice enables us to lend a hand to new groups which are springing up all over the land. New groups are being started each month. AA is even spreading outside of the United States and is slowly becoming worldwide. Thus we grow. Am I doing all I can to spread AA wherever I go? Meditation for the day. Lord, we believe. Help thou our unbelief. This cry of the human spirit is an expression of human frailty. It signifies the soul's sincere desire for progress. As a person feels the existence of God and His power, that person believes in Him more and more. At the same time, a person is more conscious of falling short of absolute trust in God. The soul's progress is an increasing belief, and then a cry for more faith, a plea to conquer all unbelief, all lack of trust. We can believe that the cry is heard by God, and that the prayer is answered in due time. And so our faith grows, little by little, day by day. Prayer for the day. I pray that with more power in my life will come more faith. I pray that I may come to trust God more each day. All right, that concludes today's reading, my friends. Absolutely love the third step prayer. That is a prayer I have to say every morning. God, I offer myself to you. It's all about the sacrifice, like, God, I offer myself to you. To do with me and do with me not as I will, but as you will. And then I love the next line, relieve me of the bondage of self, because it really is bondage. We think, I know I've thought that, but it's what I want. Well, sometimes what I want is not always what's best. And I find that out the hard way. But when I'm relieved of the bondage of self, when I am willing to do His will, I'm free. And by just doing this a little bit every day, not my will, but thy will be done, it's slowly but surely shifted my mindset. And where, if I wake up and I forget to do the third step prayer now, I feel off. I can definitely feel it throughout the day. So I have to get on my knees and I have to pray and remind myself that I'm not running the show. Because when I did, I was like that actor that they talked about in the Big Book, trying to direct everything and being resentful because nobody's doing what I want them to do. I am so grateful to be sober today, my friends. And if you're sober, you're a miracle. And I'm sure that those who love you are very proud of you. And if you're not sober, today's a brand new chance to begin your brand new life. And it all starts with a choice. Get the support you need. As I always say, the very first step begins with we. You're not alone. So with that, my friends, we're given another set of 24 hours. I sincerely look forward to seeing you right back here tomorrow.